I get a couple main concerns when it comes to people working with their own dogs. So one big sticky point for people is always, I don't feel like I'm making the right choices. I don't know, did I do the right thing? I don't know, should I have done things differently in this moment? Because like I was saying last night, it's really hard for me to tell you later that yes, you did the right thing, or no, maybe you should have done it differently. The really important thing is that at that very moment, what to do. And that takes practice. It takes, repetition. It takes experience. It takes understanding how dogs learn and all that good stuff. But it is very important that you guys start to get that instinct for it. And a lot of times, to be honest, your instincts are pretty good. They just maybe need a little tweaking, and you need to get that confidence up. So without that confidence of, knowing whether you did the right thing in the right moment, it's hard because then you hesitate and you're kind of like, well, should I have reprimanded him then? Should I put him in the crate? Should I have done this? Whether, like we talked about last night too, some of your questions where, Greg, you had asked, well, my dog took off at one point or got loose and was going near the road. So what should I have done in that moment? So, and that's all a learning experience. So we talked about that last night. So now you have some good ideas for that. But this is all about kind of getting to that place in that moment so that you just sort of, without even thinking, you know how to react, because you understand that, okay, well, if I move towards a dog, the dog moves away from me because of that space dance that we're talking about. You get into your dog's space, they might want to move away from the space, or because of their past history where they have learned that, when you come towards me like that, especially because they can tell if we're a little panicked, right? If you come towards me like that, chances are good you're going to take me by the collar and bring me to somewhere I don't want to go. So that's about their past history. So this is a membership to help you teach your dog from home. Okay, that's the whole point of this membership, is to, you guys are going to be doing the teaching, but you're getting the coaching, you're getting the help, you're getting the assistance along the way. And it's called the Canine Homeschooler Academy. Okay. And if you don't think that's the most adorable thing in the world, then I don't know. I think it's really cute. I don't remember how I came up with it, but it was, of course, had something to do with my kids, because they're not homeschooling, but they're virtually schooling. And just this idea of, when they're virtually schooling, they are getting help from the teachers and all that, but also I'm learning how to teach some of this stuff on the side. So here are the goals. So are you ready to feel confident in your ability to teach your dog behaviors that stick? Okay. Building that confidence to teach your own dog and to make things stick around so that they last. Okay. Being ready to trust your dog to listen when it counts. Are they going to listen when they don't see the treats right there? Are they going to listen just because? Are they going to listen when they don't see a reward? And then having a deeper understanding of your dog's behavior so you can change what you don't want. Okay, so that's a huge part of it. So that's what I was talking about with Kai. Kai's owner needed to understand why he was doing it and what the reinforcement was, so that she could change it on her own, so that as she's coming down the stairs, she's not having to be like, oh, I should call Laura and find out how to do this right now. No, she's got to do something in the moment, right? So here are all the fun little perks included in the membership that I'll go through with you guys. So the library. So the library is going to be full of all the lesson videos, all the PDF downloads, all the training handouts, basically any resources for you. Okay. And you're getting access to not just the resources I've already put out there, but all of my back-end stuff. Earn rewards. So, me, reward-based trainer, you're going to get extra rewards, extra points for more participation. And then those points can be used for any add-on stuff, any like one-on-one stuff, any small group coaching, anything like that. Any extra classes, those drop-in type classes I was talking about could be used for those. Any bigger courses that I end up coming up with. Training games. I love teaching with games and challenges because I just feel like it gives you some momentum. And so there will be a new training game or challenge every month, not an overwhelming type thing, but just enough to give you momentum in a specific area. So not only will you have access to all of the other stuff that you can be working on on your own and all that, but you'll also be able to be part of these little games and challenges. And I have tons of games and challenges up my sleeve. My kids usually give me the inspiration. Training maps. Okay, so this is where I was talking about where you're going to have specific maps. So things that will get you to a specific goal. So like, let's say you have a dog who barks at people walking by on your road. You'll have a specific map for that. Are there, I don't want them to appear cookie cutter. I don't want them to be like, oh, you have a dog that barks at people. Great. Just do this, this, and this, and then you're on your own. It's not like that. You also, there's going to be a feedback loop with me and all that sort of stuff. But I want you guys to have some sort of a map laid out so I can give you a very general map for that. And then if you're struggling or if you're kind of like, oh, well, but she doesn't bark at this type of person, she only barks at this type of person, that's where you give some feedback and all that. Okay. Coaching calls. So there's going to be monthly group coaching calls in there as well. So that's like on Zoom. And you can come into the group coaching call. You can participate on video or not participate on video, just listen in, totally fine. And if it's of interest to you guys, we could do like a hot seat type thing. I won't call it a hot seat because that sounds very stressful. But like a specific thing where we work through a behavior problem with your dog. And it's something that other people would also benefit from. So coaching calls will be monthly. So exclusive discounts. So discounts just for you guys. So any other stuff that I add on that has a little bit of a higher monetary value, you'll get discounts to that if you want to add it on. So those classes I was talking about, those drop-ins, I am also going to offer coaching, small group coaching for small groups. And so that way you can get some more help if you need some more accountability to kind of keep you on track. Okay. And then the Facebook community. I love a good engaged Facebook community, but I want you guys, anybody who's in the membership, to have your own Facebook community with the other members. So this is this kind of what it looks like right there. Canine Homeschooler Academy moms and dads, because I like to go by the parenting theme. So you guys will be the moms and dads of the homeschoolers. So that will also be included. All right, so here's the 4-part framework. So math is the simple formula for creating behavior you want. So the idea behind the math portion is that, how can you get more of a behavior, or how can you make a behavior go away or see a little bit less of it? So what can you add to the equation to get more of something, and what can you take away from the equation to get less of it? Okay, so you can see where it lined up to be nicely framed in math, because we're adding and subtracting, we're increasing behaviors, decreasing behaviors. Social studies. Social studies is history in this case. So using your dog's past history to plan your training going forward. So like what we were talking about earlier, where, if your dog gets loose and the dog's history is, okay, when, dad goes to get me, I have to go inside. You knowing that history, you knowing how she normally responds to you is going to help you plan your future training. Okay, so that's a huge part. So these are all things that, whether you're a dog trainer or whether you're just a dog mom, I don't want to say just, but whether you're a dog mom or dog dad, you're not necessarily a trainer and not looking for the expert level, but you're looking to know enough. These are all things that you really need to know. Okay. And this history portion or social studies will help you be more proactive as opposed to reactive, which is so important when it comes to training and teaching. Language. So body language, communication, being able to read your dog's body language and being able to get them to understand what you are trying to communicate. Okay. So you can feel really confident about what you're saying to them and what they're saying to you, so you can read them better. And then science. The understanding of how dogs learn and process information. So how are they making associations with the environment? How are they being conditioned to think in certain ways or to respond in certain ways? So, and then how can you take them from that emotional state of mind back into that learning state of mind? So that's very important. Okay. You get my signature course, which is going to be included in every single membership, because I want you guys to have all of this information, but in a structured format. So you'll have individual courses that will be in your member vault area in general. And then, so like there will be a library section. There will be the elementary pup will be a course of its own. Okay. And you'll see that in there. So it is $47 per month. Okay. So you're getting so much stuff, and it's $47 a month. All right. So that is a founding member rate. So eventually it is going to go up. But I want you guys, if you guys are willing to put your faith in me and help me build it up a little bit and, you know, help me mold it, because the thing about it is I've been training again since 2008. So sometimes it's hard for me to remember what it was like before I knew things, right? So that's where, you know, being a founding member, there's a huge benefit to it because you can help me mold the membership. So I have all the content, I have all the plans and all that. But if you're like, this part seems a little confusing, or I wonder if you could add a little bit more of this, that's what the founding member stuff is good for, because you're getting in early. It's a smaller group. So therefore we can dig in more and get more personal with stuff than, you know, if it was 200, 300, 400, 500 people or whatever, that gets a little hard to get personal. So if you start early as a founding member, there's definitely benefit to that. So it will, the price will go up once it's no longer a founding member. Let me stop sharing that. I'm going to look at some questions. Heather says, so excited for the membership. Me too. And then Diane asked, this is great. How much of a time commitment is involved? It's up to you guys. That elementary pup course, it's going to be given to you like week by week. You're going to be getting pieces of it. And, you know, you can keep up and do it week by week. I think that's a good pace for it. But if you can't keep up, or, you know, you have kids and they're keeping you busy and you get a little bit behind, it's still there for you. Okay. And then, you know, if I do a small group coaching thing, that's the thing that gives you a little bit more accountability, gives you a little bit more of a kick in the butt to keep going with it. But so really the time commitment stuff is totally up to you guys, totally flexible. Okay. It's there for you. And then Diane had another question. Do you have any smaller group coaching to help us with accountability within the membership? Yes. So that, a lot of people have said that they love the idea of the membership, but could I also like make them show up? Greg said, thank you. You're welcome. Annie said, thank you. You're welcome. Diane, I love it. Is reactivity something you have a lot of content on? Yes, I do. I've worked with many, many reactive dogs. I will say I don't have a ton on like dog reactivity as far as videos go, like in the moment videos, because it's a little hard to take videos as I'm working with it. But I can definitely be teaching you through videos about, you know, what to do in certain situations and all that sort of stuff. But then I would recommend, if you have a very reactive dog, that you do reach out for some extra help, either from me, or I also work with Louise, who is in here actually still, and she's really great with reactive dogs also, and she can dig a little bit deeper into that too. So, you know, the membership is good. It'll give you the good foundations of that. It'll help answer questions and all that. But if you need somebody there with you coaching, like the one-on-one stuff, I'm happy to do that. But I also have great colleagues who can help out as well. So there's no lack of resources there. There's so many things to teachers in order. Once you teach first, second, then third priority, sit down, wait. Yes. So I do lay in, as far as the elementary pup course goes, I lay it all out in order for you. So then you have like the point A to point Z type stuff. So as far as the manners go, that's the course that would be good for that. But if there's other specific behavior problems, then that's where those training maps come in, or that small group coaching, or you can always add on like one-on-one coaching here and there as needed to break that down for you. Robin said, love the challenge, all the helpful hints. Do you have to sign up for a specific period of time? Or is it month to month? It's month to month. It will automatically renew just because it's how Member Vault does it. That's the only option I have. So if you sign up and you're like, oh, I got to take a month off, then you can cancel, but you just have to do it. You have to make sure you remember to do it. And then you could sign up again. The only thing I would say about like kind of going back and forth, canceling, signing up again, is that the founding member rate, whatever rate you come in at it will stick with you as long as you stay in there. You know what I mean? So if all of a sudden it goes up to $87 a month and it was $47 before, but you had canceled, then you would come back in $87. So just kind of keeping that in mind. But yeah, you can definitely sign up for a specific period of time. You just have to remember to cancel. Do you still offer individual training virtually for specific behavior issues? Yes, I definitely do that. And as a member, if you're a member, it's actually really great because you have a lot of the resources, and then therefore I offer discounts. So I usually will recommend that people are members also, because then you get kind of that like prorated rate. So, but we can definitely talk about that. But yes, I definitely offer virtual one-on-ones too. I think this will help cut back on that a little bit because you'll have a bunch of the resources in the membership also, but I will add that as well. So Sarah, if you go to the link that's scrolling at the bottom here, it probably just kind of it doesn't show in your brain much anymore because it's been going the whole time. Missbehaviortraining.com/homeschooler. If that doesn't work, try actually, I'm going to give you both just in case. If you go to missbehaviortraining.com/homeschooler.html, that will definitely work. Sometimes my website doesn't like when you put just homeschooler in there.